Jill Scott stands firm in defense of Chris Brown against Backlash, declares him exceptional like her abusive stepfather. Jill Scott's Sunday morning started off with a bang, and now the neo-soul singer is standing her ground and fighting angry social media users with love. On April 21st, the Long Walk singer found herself in a tweet storm of controversy after she took to X to give troubled R&B singer Chris Brown his flowers. Scott, who often uses the platform to converse with fans and share her enthusiasm for new music releases, had seemingly just heard Brown's new song, Weakest Link, a diss track he dropped aimed at Quavo, on April 19. At 6:17 a.m., Scott tweeted, "Chris Brown is amazing. How does anybody sing like that? Dance, look, act and rap, like that? Beyond gifted. It appears, exceptional people have to go through exceptional, fire emoji. There's nothing to debate." Unfortunately, many fans weren't impressed and quickly reminded Scott of Brown's checkered past. "I think the women he's abused would disagree," replied an ex-user named @ChrissieLCSW. Jill Scott disagreed, calling back to an example of her abusive stepfather and his talents. "I doubt it," Scott replied. "My mother's ex-husband was a mean, violent human and he could lay foundation better than anyone in my city. What he did with cement was awe-inspiring. We got away. He got a raise and praise for his ability. God dealt with the rest." Immediately, people were triggered by her offhanded response to the domestic violence and tried to reason with the singer-songwriter to consider the victims. "I love you, Jill, but he has so many domestic abuses cases, it's ridiculous we can't look past that," one person tweeted, to which Jilly from Philly responded, "I love you too. I'm not here to fight any more else's battles. Since women hear the stories, they should avoid that street. Running backwards in moving traffic makes zero sense," she went on. "Therapy for every damn body." One person asked her what Scott meant when she said she doubted that his victims would disagree with him being talented. She replied, "It means that even he had something to offer. He was sick/hurt and did cruel things. I forgave him because of his trauma. Did I forget? Never. So I try my best to choose better. I failed a few times, but not in that abusive area." Comments from critics flooded in with one person writing, "You're better than me, Jill. I was molested by a sick pervert when I was 5. I can't imagine trying to rationalize him having any good in him. I was sexually assaulted again in 2016. He was killed and I rejoiced. You are humility for those who've inflicted pain, I need to sit with it." Another commenter wrote, "Love you down, but this is textbook caping for a serial abuser. There's nothing wrong with having compassion for that man, but compassion for victims should be a starting point, not a begrudging afterthought. Victims pay a price when we center the people causing the harm." Hours later, the 3-time Grammy winner returned to the social media platform to explain more clearly where she stands with Brown and others who have abused women. "Look. Years of prayer, therapy, self-reflection, and making every effort to keep my feet on the ground has made me compassionate for other human beings. People go through T emoji and do terrible T emoji. We say we believe in God, pray for enlightenment. We are a living testimony," she wrote. Nonetheless, the singer remained firm in emphasizing the importance of forgiveness, extending it even to the new Flame entertainer. After reading a tweet where a woman said she refuses to forgive men who abuse women, she cautioned people that there may come a time when they themselves will require compassion and should consider one's repentance before passing judgment. "I refuse to forgive men who commit crimes against women and children. They cannot be rehabilitated," the ex-user wrote. "And I caution those who refuse to forgive," Scott replied. "Because they will undoubtedly need forgiveness at some point in their lives. We're all flawed and need help. Power to people who move past violence. The past is a terrible reminder and the future is ours." In 2009, the This Christmas star physically assaulted his then-girlfriend Rihanna during Grammys weekend, leaving her with visible injuries, including bruising and facial contusions. Brown pleaded guilty to felony assault and was sentenced to probation, community service, and domestic violence counseling. The incident garnered widespread media attention and sparked discussions about domestic abuse and the treatment of victims in the entertainment industry. Since then, Brown has had numerous run-ins with the law, but none as explosive or career-damaging as this incident. Some women who have accused him of intimate partner violence, other than Rihanna, are model Karrueche Tran and Bailey Curran.